Good afternoon. I was about to say evening. How are you doing, Sakura?
I am fine. I'm great. How
It's
are
been a few
you?
weeks since we had our show. Last show
I
we did was
know.
King Voodoo.
That was fun. That was a great show. And I've missed you so much. What has been up?
I have just been super busy trying to get things fixed, vehicle issue, not really vehicle issues, getting new vehicles, getting one repaired, getting another one licensed. I've had company come over, so I've just been busy.
I told you you're popular.
I told you that. I said you are super popular, man. So I
Well,
can't see you.
well, we are back with another Talking with Demons. And I
Yes.
hope you have been. Have you been doing good though? Have you been having fun? You've been busy.
I've been very busy back to work. You'll enjoy this story. So Thursday the kids came back, so first day of school for all. And I've had at least 4 or 5 kids tell me, Miss, I was terrified of you last year. So this is weird for me. And once 2 students, they went up to me and said, Miss, once we heard that you did martial arts for over 10 years, you got it. Like we cool, fresh,
So
fresh
they're
start.
scared of you because you got all these years of martial arts background.
That and they remember me from last year when I used to tell them get the fuck out the hallways, yelling at them,
Is that
all
is
that.
that is that how you would tell them? Get the fuck out of the hallways. Oh,
No.
that's too bad.
No,
That's
that's
too bad.
exactly how that's that I would never do that. Never.
That's too bad. Well, I mean,
Fun
well, I mean,
stuff.
well. To be fair, I would sit there and be like, oh, that's the cool teacher. Get the
And that's
fuck
what
out of
they're
the hallway.
learning. They're like, stay on her bad side and she'll be your
I
best
mean, it
friend.
isn't bad enough. She's got 10 plus years of martial arts training, MMA training, weightlifting, running.
All that good fancy stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not scary enough. But she likes to cuss at you too and look at you. Do you have like a game face like you give them? Like when you like you're getting serious and you're like giving them that look like you fuck with me one more time.
Apparently I have there was this rumor that went around that I was part of the military and I was like, never. Who said that? And he said, yeah, because I have a malicious face apparently. I said, sure. Shut up. So I guess I don't know. I,
Give us like when you get ready to do like your martial arts training, you got to have a game face. There's like that serious face. What is that? Give us that serious face. Like you
I
get
can't.
ready to, like tee off on somebody.
Do you want viewers? Like we don't want to scare the masses away. We love them. We love. I'm there. I told you, I'm here to make you look good. I don't want to scare them away. I'm not doing that. And plus, I don't think I could do it.
We're going to
Like I
officially call it like the Ronda Rousey face.
there's that mean Mr. T face
That
look.
that
No, I
fucking
am.
that's like Mike Tyson stare. Do you have a Mike Tyson stare?
Maybe I.
And I mean, like being a teacher, there's got a teacher has to have that look. That look, like I'm gonna
Yes.
if you make one more stupid move, I'm gonna crack you alongside the head with this ruler.
And the thing is, the kids know, like legally, obviously, we're not supposed to touch the kids, right? Where that's you can't hit them anymore, any of that. But I tell them, if you like touch me, I'm gonna tell you to stay right there.
I'm gonna judo
I'm gonna
chop
put
you
my
right in the
license
throat.
down, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, let's go. Let's go outside. And it's unfortunate that I have to do that because there's no respect in education. There's really none. And people really don't understand unless you are in the classroom. People don't understand how difficult it is. All the things, and I'm not blaming just the kids because kids learn that shit from somewhere. So somewhere in their lives, it has poisoned them to the point where they feel they can act however they want and not have a passion for education. And it's sad and it
I know how
hurts.
you earn your respect as a teacher in school. Walk into school every day with a gi on.
Honestly, you know what really, I mean, that obviously kids just want to be listened to and they want you to be honest with them. So I tell them, like, I'm not going to bullshit you. I will never bullshit you. I will never lie to you. and I will never say anything that would harm you. However, I will put you in your fucking place if you get out of line, because someone has to. But I do it because I love and care about you and I want you to succeed. Everything I do is so that you guys can become amazing human beings out in the world and make a difference. All right, that's enough of my teacher rant. We're done.
I'm glad you brought up the subject, because I'll lead this right into the segue, this video clip that I have. And then when we come back from the video clip, we're going to bring Mark onto the show. Mark from Dead Demons. So
yes,
we are proud promoters of how here you can't get in trouble if you hit your kid. As in school, you can't hit kids when they're being bad. But here at Inner Demon Media, we all about spanking your kids. And this next promo video is us just saying, go on. Hitting your kids works wonders. We'll be right back.
All right.
Does dinner time sound like this?
I'm not eating this crap!
Does Friday night sound like this?
Screw you, Mom. I want to get laid.
Do you long for a different time when we were free to raise our children to actually respect us?
Thank you, sir! Thank you, sir!
Hitting kids works wonders. Hi, I'm Alan McLean, child behavioral psychologist and former U.S. Marine. With my easy system, I'll turn your disruptive, unruly kids around fast. Let's face it, kids are rotten little shits. When I served our country, I learned a lot about changing behavior and winning people over. Offer candy, then a butt of the gun to the face. Buy my book, Hitting Kids Works Wonders, today.
Welcome back. And yes, we are proud promoters here at Inner Demon Media. We're at least talking with demons, at least. Hitting kids works wonders.
Yes, it does. It really does. People don't understand, but I, as a teacher, for anybody that may know, I will never legally hit my kids ever.
Spank them. I'll spank my little ones.
He's a parent; he can do that.
Everybody, well, let's welcome our guest on, shall we?
I'm sorry, you're on the side. Let's bring in Mark.
Mark,
watch sight
from Dead Demons, please welcome to the show.
Hi, Mark.
Hello. Good evening from over the pond. Good afternoon there. How are we? All right.
He's going back here, going, man, what did I just join for a show?
No, I've decided I don't want to do an interview anymore. I want to talk about Sakura and 10 years of martial arts and hitting kids and not hitting kids.
No.
First of all, I think I'm a little bit frightened now. I think
I didn't know this. Pepper? I mean, I knew. I think from seeing posts, I might run into where she's like lifted weights, doing some sort of training like that, but I didn't know she's got like 10 years of under the wing of Ronda Rousey training.
This show's not about me. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. No.
I'm not gonna lie. A little bit of weed came out. It's out there now. I'm a little bit frightened. It's yeah. You do give off the. I think we need to see the game face, but first, Sid, I think we need to see your game face first. I think that's what needs to happen first. I think
my game face.
Your game face.
Okay, hang on. I'll get you my game face. Let me just find it here in my. There you go.
So, on the just quickly on the subject of teachers, I'll never forget that when I was about 10 or 11, I had a teacher up in Scotland, and her game face was quite literally the and Sid, you could pull it off perfectly, but it was glasses down to the tip. That's it, just very much down like that, and then she'd just point a finger, and then it would be, oh fuck, I'm in trouble. That would be end. So I think, Sakura, you need some glasses. I think that's kind of where we're going.
I used to wear glasses. I got LASIK when I was I'm 34. I want to say I was 31.
Yeah.
So I had glasses.
Wait a minute, you can't remember 4 years ago?
It's a tough time. It's a tough time.
What is going on here?
Shut up. Just shut up.
This is our education system at its finest, I guess, huh?
She's got a lot to deal with.
I am a biologist, sir. I do not do math. Okay. That's why my work wife is a math teacher, so I don't have to do it.
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't do math. I don't.
I mean, if you was older, like myself, I can understand you forgetting something that happened 4 years ago. But you're only
No, I'm
Many
gonna.
things
I'm
has
gonna.
transpired in my life between when I got LASIK done and now. So forgive my memory if it's like a tad fuzzy.
Yeah, it's hard being mid-30s. It's hard. It's hard.
You know what?
what problems have you been given, Mark, that in your mid-30s that you got to say it's hard?
Well, I can't remember. Don't know.
What the fuck
I
did
forgot.
I start? What did I do? my oxalot does not approve.
I'm trying to
Now
remember
it's dead now.
myself. I'm trying to remember myself with my memory loss started, and now I'm starting to think maybe it happened in my 30s.
It's all downhill. It's all that, particularly for us men. Said it. We don't mature until 50s,
So what the fuck-
but
so-
the memory goes by
so-
about 20.
So here I am at 49 years old. Where am I at now? Is this downhill?
You've not quite hit that peak maturity yet, but the memory's gone. It's
Yep.
It's shot.
gone.
Huh?
Yeah, gone.
I'm
You
Gone.
can write,
surprised.
you write everything down at this point. Just start documenting it. Start video logging every day because
I'm surprised I'm able to run this show as old as I am. Then
You don't even need glasses. You forgot that you don't need glasses. That's how bad it's getting. You know.
I forgot why I'm even on this damn show right now. What are we doing?
what do we? How do we see? And you're the host. Remember this. I follow your lead, so I know.
Who's the host?
Sid, sweetie, you're the host, darling. That's why you're in the top.
Let's do our host duties then. Mark, welcome to the show. Welcome to Talking with Demons.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to meet you. You are the lead singer of the band all the way out there in the UK called Dead Demons. Give us a quick throwdown on the history of Dead Demons.
Whoa. How long have you got? I can talk. That's the problem. So very quickly, our bio says something like it was born in the deepest, darkest Doncaster, which is a town in close to Sheffield in the UK. And basically, the year that COVID hit in January 2020, Chris come to me and says, "I've got some ideas for a band. What do you think?" "Yeah, sounds good to me." We started very quickly with the first EP. Then I won't go too much into it. We haven't got time for all the politics. But basically, we had some idiot with a mop on his head that said everybody has to go inside and has to stay inside and nobody can go out and play. So we kind of got shut down, and then.
So the band formed. You guys got together right before COVID happened. Then, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It was March 2020, just before lockdown. We were actually in the process of recording the first EP, More Tuesday Monia.
I remember you guys. I remember you guys, the band, because I've interviewed a lot of bands, Forge, AMP.
Oh, yeah,
Craig, I know Craig, and so I've met a lot of bands through there. So I interviewed a lot of bands during that COVID phase, but I can remember talks, throughout the community about Dead Demons. So I remember you guys back then.
Wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't
I don't
good.
think it was, to be fair.
No, we were relatively.
Fucking band, Dead Demons.
Yeah, exactly. That was what it was. I think the reason we made waves really quickly, really early on, was because of me and Chris were in a covers band beforehand called Resurrection, and before I joined Resurrection, Chris actually went out to California to play with for a radio station, C4OC, and he got to play in the Whiskey and things like that. So it was he has ties with out in California. So when Dead Demons came about, that's why we are tied with C4OC Radio, because it was very much straight on. It was, do you fancy sponsoring us? Do it. Let's go. Let's have it. Okay. And that was, yeah. So we're still making small waves, but they are getting a little bit bigger and bigger as we go on.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's still a young band. It's only 2-3 years. The band itself is only 2-3 years old. So I mean, there's still plenty of treadway for you guys to keep rolling on.
You should tell my bass player that he's about 95. He can walk. He's I don't know how old he is. He's 60 going on 140. He can walk better than Ozzy Osbourne. That's probably his best quality now. Yeah, exactly. The face says it all. Sakura no, Pete's fantastic, but yeah, I think you're right. I think that with the current lineup, I think we've got at least another five, maybe 10 years, maybe 20. Pete's going to kill me for saying that. Maybe 20 years. Might still be doing it when he's 80, 82, 83. It might,
I mean, it could be another Keith Richards or a fucking Mick Jagger or something out there doing it.
He's going to live forever, mate. We're pumping him full of Guinness just to get him going.
But you're right, though. The band as a whole, it's the age range is kind of all over the place there with the band, isn't it?
Yeah. So the other two guys, Chris and Johnny, the drummer and the guitarist, are respective of the other way round. I should really, but yeah, they're in their 50s, and I'm actually I think I'm about the same age as you, Sakura. I think I am in my mid 30s. I'll be 34 at the end of this year. So the different. I know I look like Phil Collins has gone very wrong. He looked like he made mistakes in his Genesis time. Yeah, I'm glad that you didn't say that there. Very kind for you to mouth that. That was lovely.
Am I the only one not hearing her?
I think she did it on purpose. I think she just went. Yeah, it was just, yes, you're really old looking. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't hear
her. I think she's. I don't know if she's struggling with a microphone, but it's gone on mute now. Look. But anyway, but yeah. So yeah, I'm in my mid 30s, but it's my. Yeah, still not hearing you. But my love came from the new wave of British heavy metal, the mid 80s, the late 80s sort of thing. Before I was born, that was my exposure to it, my favourite music. So to play with these guys was an honour.
What was some of your favourite bands as a kid?
So to start with, it was a mixture of Nirvana and I don't know if you guys got this out in the US. I'm not entirely sure, but Wigfield. It was yeah. She gets Saturday night, and I like the way you move.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
baby. That was her. And then as I got into my teens, it became
Secure, Leave and Come Back.
And then as I got into my teens, it was Green Day, and then I heard the first single for Iron Maiden, what my dad had, which was Run to the Hills, and it blew me away. And that was my Iron Maiden journey from about 15, and since then it's grown into many more. But Iron Maiden started me on my journey for heavy metal and hard rock, definitely.
I can hear that through you guys' music. I can hear that British metal sound, which is it's a good thing.
Yeah, I subsequently I'm actually in another band from the New Wobbin period called Witchfind. It's not the Witchfind, but it's a formation from down the line. And hello, is it working now?
Is it working?
Is it?
It is.
It is. Tonight,
I'm so
I
sorry.
shall be loud.
Oh boy.
So,
I deserve
yeah,
that.
so this we played out in Poland at a festival as this Witchfind amalgamation, different from Dead Demons, but basically we were talking to some of the guys, and they said the reason that they love British heavy metal so much is because there's such a distinct sound within the records that they've tried to copy over the years, and they just can't. There's something about it that they cannot copy, and it's. I just said, oh, okay, but my love and my inspirations come from, Bruce and Rob and Ronnie Dio and, those powerhouses back in the 80s, and some of them still going today, and that's all I ever wanted.
The video that we're going to play here in a few minutes. it kind of I like how you work the stage during this video, and it's really actually a really good, well taken video too. The song's called Outlaw. We're gonna be playing that here in a few minutes. But to be fair, it's I like how you move the whole band really does it. Even the bass player, you see, he's still kicking that leg up, doing his thing. I mean, it's fun to watch.
It's yeah. I mean, I've been compared to a mixture between Bruce Dickinson and Jack Black on stage because it is there is.
I could definitely
see the Jack Black.
I mean, for Jack Black, it's the hairline. If I let my hair down, it's just there's barely anything there. It covers the monk spot up here, and that's about it. But it's so. When I first started doing it, there was an attempt to get into stagecraft, which is the whole, Freddie thing, holding up the microphone and kind of the strutting bit, and Mick Jagger with his strut, and Bruce with his wide open stance and the arm up in the air all the time and things like that. But it's so hard to keep your emotions in check, and it's sometimes you do kind of let the emotions take over. That's where all the headbanging came from, and I kind of use the microphone stand as a bass guitar because it allows me to sort of channel something into something that doesn't look out of place, rather than getting off of stage and running around like an idiot, and then I'm knackered for the next 25 minutes and looks like I'm trying to blow up a balloon, and I mean, Outlaw.
You can't wear yourself out though. You can't overdo it, because if you overdo it, you be gasping for air. You got to work. You got to find your happy medium when you're especially when you're a front man. Know how much to you get people up there that run the stage back and forth, and they're out of breath. They're not keeping up with the song. It's kind of embarrassing to watch.
That is a nightmare that I have every night before a gig, is that I'm out of breath. I'm out of time. I'm out of tune, and then you forget all about it on stage, and then you listen back going, was I in tune?
I'd say you mastered your craft. Watching this video, I'd say you're doing a pretty good job finding your happy spot.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm going to see this for the first time with fresh eyes, so I can give you an assessment at the end of the video.
Instant reaction.
Do I get a grade? Though? That's the question. Will I be graded?
Just because you asked, yes.
Yes.
Well, you know what? We might as well just play the video. Get your paper, get your pen, get whatever it is you grade with, and we're going to watch this video. Guys, you guys are watching Talking with Demons. We're hanging out with Mark from Dead Demons, and we're about to play you their video, Outlaw. We'll be right back, everybody.
Don't miss the next episode of Serious Cougar. Eunice goes on a bender with a pool boy and breaks her hip. If women in their 20s don't know their ass from their elbow, and women in their 50s know what they like, imagine being with an experienced, pleasure-loving octogenarian wrestling with dementia and horniness. The show that hits below the belt, just like her breasts. Serious Cougar, Wednesday nights at 9 on Weasel.
Hey, this is Josie Scott, the original OG lead singer of Saliva, and you are watching Inner Demon Media. Release your inner demons. We all have demons. We just don't try to hide them.
I'm curious. I'm curious. To know who. Watching the video, actually sitting through the video, I'm wondering who the blonde is.
Thank you. I was going to say thank you.
Was she just a fan, or is she a wife of somebody?
What on earth is that on my bloody head? I was just looking. What's that?
Because literally, I was looking at you and I saw her. Like you guys were like dancing together practically. It was very interesting.
Absolutely no idea who she was. She was.
Wow.
We were supporting a band there called The Treatment, and she'd come to see The Treatment. And funnily enough, that song, to say that she was already up ready to go, that was the opening song. Yeah. So it was right from the bat that Nuneaton was crazy. It was an amazing night. It only got wilder and wilder from there.
I can
Now,
imagine.
how long does it usually take you when you to kick those nerves out when you get on stage and perform? Is it usually halfway through a song? Is it through a song, or
It does vary between gig to gig, depending on the amount of people and how ready they are for it. That particular one, I was probably still nervous there. It was probably the start of the next song, which was Devil May Care, where I was probably right into the swing of things. Sometimes the nerves melt away as soon as the first note's on. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 songs in. It depends on the occasion, but usually within the first song.
It's those screams that just like boom. That's what I like. That's what I want to hear more of. That scream.
So you said take notes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see it, but it definitely says mark assessment. And I started making points of where I was adding and taking away points. I was serious about that. And I did make a note of an A+ scream.
Right. Okay.
So
As in
very good.
As in that was good, or that was like good.
It was good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I'll take that.
Let's
Best
send you a
grade I've
gold
ever
star.
Get a smiley sun sticker on your paper.
That is going on my resume. That Inner Demons gave me an A+. That's I'm done. But it's strange because that from listening to the first EP into this second EP, the vocal sounding for Outlaw is totally different, and that's as we were writing it. Chris actually approached me as we were doing it and said, "I don't like the way that you're taking the vocals," and so we tried it in my normal manner, and the problem is when you get to the chorus, it was going to end up sounding like "You're an outlaw raising hell," so a bit like a bit of like Frank Sinatra. It was
sound.
Where you go to next, only they can tell. It was going. So I said I need that almost thrash growl drive into it, because it's about motorbikes. It's about stealing people's women and getting pissed and riding your motorbike. Hello, I'm John, I'm a biker. It's not really the kind of image that you have. When you think of a Hell's Angel, you don't think that they come up to you, 12 foot tall with brass knuckles and a stony glare, and then he goes, "Excuse me, where's the bathroom?" doesn't fit. So when I says to him, it needs the growl and the punch, and eventually he caved, and that's eventually that's where the scream came very late on. The last scream was not supposed to be there. I was training and learning and trying to get myself into that moment to do it without ripping my throat out, and eventually it went onto the recording, and then I had to go back and do it again because I said to the recording engineer, it's not good enough. I need to do that again. It's not long enough, and it's not punchy enough. So I went back, did it again, and then it's entered the live set as it is, and I couldn't be happier.
I mean, that was fun to watch. I bet you guys would be fun to go see live.
I'd like to think so. I've never actually stood and watched us live. You know, I think the front man's a bit of a wanker.
Kinda hard,
so
isn't
it's we certainly have fun, and that's you see the walking me backwards and forwards. It is a little bit of getting the crowd, but it's also to keep the guys happy. Chris, when I first met Chris was so he'd stand in place and he'd be like a rock, and I slowly got to him, and he wears a chain on his wallet, and I'll pull at the chain, and you'll see him smile, and then he'll start to move a little bit. Pete was the best thing that we ever had, because he'll do his little back and forth and his little dance, and it's great. It's great. The only thing is Johnny now needs to stand up and get away from the drums and do, I don't know, spit flames out of his mouth or something. You know, he needs something. You know, he needs to top it all.
So you had a list there, Sakura.
Yes. Oh, do you want me to read the list?
Let's
We
hear the
do.
list of all that. What you thought about that song?
Even the bad bits.
There was only one bad bit, and it wasn't. It could be debatable on whether it's an actual bad bit.
I'm sweating now.
Don't sweat.
I'm sweating.
Don't
You got
sweat.
me sweating.
Don't sweat. It's okay. It's okay. So the first thing I said was good movement, A+. You moved around a lot. And given that, the sound quality was also A+, because you didn't sound winded, so you had a nice movement, sound quality. I added crowd participation because the blonde was
It
was
she
amazing.
wasn't planted, and I didn't pay her. I had no idea who she was. I swear
so
that she was just
if the
random.
blonde is seeing this video, you helped him a lot. So sincerest gratitude as well to you. I feel bad for calling you the blonde in your name.
The blonde.
And, you
I
know,
don't even
but
think we got a name. I think she
I
went,
also-
"You're great," and I went, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming." And she went, "When's treatment coming on?" Don't know. Soon. And then that was it. She was gone. So she'd already had something. I don't know. Don't know.
whatever helped her have a good time, right? She was clearly
Exactly.
just having
She
a
had
good
fun.
time.
That was the main thing.
Can't knock her for that. Nope. And the last extra thing, which I said already, was a scream. Now, I took points off because at some point you had your back to the crowd. Now, I said it's debatable because I know maybe he was getting something or I couldn't really see.
Yeah, he could have been drinking water or something.
Right.
He could
So
have
I'm
been
like-
moistening his throat.
Was that the bit at the beginning? I'm not going to argue with it. I've got an A+ now. That's on
But
record.
wait,
It's been
wait.
recorded.
But it was redeemed because you had that Jack Black quality, which gave you an A++. So A+ is all around. 4.0s, 100%.
You know what? You know what? The whole Jack Black thing. You know what would have set the whole thing off? That Demons, I think. If he went full blown Jack Black and like just performed with his shirt off.
Yes.
It has happened once. There's no recording, and I will
In
never find
underwear.
that
I
footage.
Why is
wasn't
it
done.
the one time you have it? It's not. I'm
We're
sad.
talking about in underwear, just underwear only.
Yes.
I haven't got the strong beard game either. I don't know if it'd work. And Chris would have
It
to grow a
will
beard
work.
and be in his underwear as well. I wouldn't be comfortable just doing it on my own. There'd have to be a duo.
Fine.
Pete would do it in his underwear. I know if I asked him tomorrow, he'd be straight off.
This is doable. This is acceptable.
So
this is
you have a new EP getting ready to come out here soon, right?
yep.
Tell everybody a little bit about this, the name of your EP, when's it coming out, all this good stuff.
So the new EP is called Trial by Fire. It's been 3 years in the making. If you want to put it into actual facts with the current lineup that we've actually have, you'd probably say more 18 months, but we're going to say 3 years. It's due out on the 6th of October. It is available, I'm going to say worldwide. Chris did post them out to Greece, the first one out to Greece, to California, to Sweden last time, so if anybody wants one, they've just got to find the Facebook page. Every handle is at Dead Demons 2020, so we're everywhere. I think it's Facebook, Twitter, X, not allowed to call it Twitter anymore. Twitter
It will always be the land of the Twits.
It will. Insta, Snapchat, Tinder, Grindr, the local post box. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.
Now, did we say Tinder
We said Tinder and Grindr,
and OnlyFans as well?
of course, but there is no underpants in there. There's we don't have underpants on that one.
Oh my god!
It's just pictures of like the blonde jumping up and down. Only
Listen,
fans.
that's somebody's kink, so
Yeah.
we don't kink shame over
No
here.
band, only fans. But yeah, so it's 3 years in the making. It was it's compared to the first one. We took our time with this one. We really took our time with it. We went back to it. We picked at it a little bit more. We really wanted something to come out of it that would reflect each and every song in the story that it was telling, and even if it was just about motorbikes and getting drunk and having a good time, we wanted to make sure it came across that the actual feel of the song, which Outlaw does a good job of the nice drive forward and the the A+ scream and the things like that.
How many songs are going to be on this EP?
So there'll be 5 songs. One of them was released prior, which was Another Space in Time. It was released as a single last year, but it has been slightly tweaked and remastered because we weren't happy with some things. So that will be the 5th track on the album. So it'll be a 5-track EP, not an album. Not allowed to call it an album.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
me, naughty. That's me. That's twice now. I've made boo-boos. This is why I'm not allowed to do interviews. I just run away with myself. Yeah.
one more, you go in the corner.
I'm banned from social media for a week. Chris puts me on a ban.
So we're going to have a 5-track EP coming out October 6th.
Yeah.
I took a peek at some of the songs on it. Really good EP.
Well, thank you very much.
It definitely takes you down. It takes me down memory lane. I grew up to that music as well. So hearing that style of music again, making it's come back with a lot of young bands lately. It's just been kind of fun to listen to. So good job on it. Are you guys? Is there a release of a video or anything like that coming out for a new song off of it, or?
No, we.
Aw.
I know, yeah.
Sad.
No, we have discussed it, and there is some ideas. The idea I have, again, being the way I am, I want something that's a little bit larger budget. So whereas we did a release for Dead Man Walking and then a lyric video for Another Space in Time, and happy with those, but I wanted to go the next step. I wanted to do like an animated video, a full proper music video style, like Stratego or Writing on the Wall by Iron Maiden, those kinds of styles where there's a proper storyboard and it feeds in with the song and things like that, but those things cost money, and we need to find an animator and those kinds of things. So it's
Yeah, it won't take long to accumulate the fees on all, especially when you get to deal with an animator and someone to edit the video clip as well to make the story come out proper.
We once we get things in rolling, I think money wise, I don't think it'll be an issue. It's I'd like to be optimistic and say that when the EP is released, we'll sell a fair few to cover that end of the budget, and then hopefully the rest will go back in the pot to release because we're talking about releasing some of the artwork onto a T-shirt as well. All
Who
done
does,
by
who does your guys' artwork?
so it's a cartoon artist. His name is Dave Howarth. He is on Instagram somewhere. I think it is just Dave Howarth Cartoons, and in his somebody just popped up at the bottom corner.
Yes!
So Sakura got really, really excited then. I was like, what's going
I
on?
didn't want to. I didn't want to interrupt what you were saying, but I'm super excited. The person that messaged.
Okay.
Can I just say it and get it out the way? Is it okay,
Yeah,
Sid?
yeah.
Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Happy birthday, Star!
It's my wife.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
That's
Happy
why I got
birthday
so
to
excited.
Star.
It's her birthday today. We went out and we went to a garden, and then they had like a fall kind of like festivities going on there. So there was face painting for the kids, a bounce house, a hay ride. Then we got to go look at some plants and pick some pumpkins, take some pictures. So yeah, it was a fun
No,
little
I don't
afternoon.
understand. That's the autumn activities over here are kids falling in leaves and old people shouting because there's kids falling in leaves and it's wet. There's pumpkin picking's a nightmare. We don't go
We need
pumpkin
you to
picking. We
come
just go down
here.
to the local supermarket and shout at each other.
You're gonna come here and you're gonna experience these autumn activities, and we're gonna get the autumn grump out of you.
That sounds pumpkin spice. That's the only thing I know about autumn, really.
Apple cider is the superior drink. Fight me.
I hate pumpkin spice so
I
much.
ain't fighting. I'm not fighting you, Sakura. No.
Agreed.
Like
No.
that?
No.
Look, she's just trying to pick fights with our guests.
She's allowed. She's like, qualified up to the teeth.
Regret
You
saying
know.
that. I apologize. Massive. My mother is calling. Mama, I'm gonna call you back. I love you. Bye.
But yeah, so sorry. Going back to the happy birthday again, Star. We're sorry that we've dragged Sid away. He, I did tell him.
We'll give him
I
back,
did
we
tell him,
promise.
But yeah, you can have him back soon. Yes, it's a cartoon artist. His name's Dave Howarth, and he does do. He's a really nice guy, but we caught him on for. I think it was the EP cover, and then we were really, really chuffed with the EP cover. So we asked him to do another 4 artwork pieces for every other song, and the Chris is slowly releasing them for every week until release week. And,
I absolutely love the artwork. The artwork is just top notch.
They
I
are
mean, the
amazing.
fucking demon artwork is just like perfect.
Well, Derek,
Is this one of those things where we're gonna show everyone, or are we just gonna?
I don't have anything to show,
Much said.
sadly.
So Derek was actually created by a good friend of mine, Gabby Brazier. Again, she's a phenomenal artist, and I do remember back in 2020 she was only 15 I think at the time, and I knew her dad, so I got in touch with both her and her dad and just said, look, I don't want to be looking like I'm taking advantage of a young girl to create this photo, to create this picture, and then sort of, just sort of take it. She was more than happy to just do it for nothing, but wanted to make sure that we had something, binding in there and legally binding in there for her. So we did, and she created Derek, which he was fantastic. And then we've taken him, and then we've moved on with a couple of other artists. And Dave, for this EP, Dave really hit the nail on the head. It's the cartoon style is fantastic, almost. What did he say to me last time he messaged me? I want to do it in Eddie style.
Have at it.
I can't say no. I can't say that big Maiden fan. So crack on, and he did, and he's made some amazing pictures, and who knows, we might work with him again for the future EPs and maybe an album. We might even actually have enough material to
I'm a
create
big
an album.
fan of. I love it when bands create these mascots for them, like with Eddie with Iron Maiden or Alistair Fiend for Motley Crue. I used to love that era when Motley Crue had their Alistair Fiend character. I just always thought it was cool that they could create themselves a little. Ugly Kid Joe was another band that had that
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
little dude with the middle finger.
My favorite band, In Flames, they got the Jester.
See,
Yes,
Love
they
it.
have. Yes, and but that's to me they are ageless. They never change. Whereas obviously the band will get older. They'll change because people leave, or you know. And let's face it, we're all ugly as fuck.
Stop.
You know, we're not,
Stop.
I'm sorry, but you know, you look at people like Nuno Betancourt from Extreme. The reason that he was plastered over everything is because he is such a beautiful human being. If you want to look at recently, Nathan James from Inglorious, how can you not have him on the cover of magazines and CDs and things like that? Now, I look lovely here, but this is the magic of technology. When you look at me close, you have to stand back a little bit because the nose is the nose will poke your eye out first. You know, we're not the prettiest of people, and but Derek is exactly what we need, and that's so I keep reading the comments now. That'll do me. Right, Chris, if you're watching, we're touring the US because we're getting a bottle of mead. That's the best mead. He's not even going to give us a second best, he's going to give us the best mead. So that's it. US tour in the bag. Done.
Thank you, sweetie.
And I've got the A+ grade as well. That's it. We're done. You know, that's.
we'll
I'm
drag
not.
you
I
here
don't
and
even want to
pump you
live in this
guys
country
with
anymore. I
fucking
want to
some
come out and
good
live out in
old
the US now.
Appalachian mead.
That's it. So I've got my autumn tour, and I've got a bottle of mead. What more could I
What
need?
more
You
could
can't
want?
ask for more. You really can't.
Can't. No. But no, it's been an interesting 3 years. It really has. There's been every band does the same. There have all been doubts, but it feels like that that our hard work is coming to a bit of an end for this chapter, and then the next chapter starts as soon as this one's finished. It never stops. We're back in the rehearsal studio next week to start looking at writing some new material again, and going down not a different path, but look at what we've got and see if there's anything else we can put in. Maybe, you know, we've had a badass biker, so now we need a badass school teacher. You know, so that's
Have her like a stage prop just in the background as you guys are playing songs, breaking wood, chopping wood. Ah!
I'm gonna have
Have her
Sakura
hit
come out.
punch in
12
body
foot
bags.
tall.
Wow.
She's gonna come out with a death stare. It's just gonna be the game.
You know what?
face.
Sure. I will sign a paper. Have at it. But I do want to make a note of having an immortalized character that is etched to your band, because as you said, humans, we're going to fade, we're going to pass on, but that's why it's the timelessness. And when I mean timelessness, I mean being able to be passed on to the next generation where they can enjoy it. That's why true artists, I only say you're a true artist is if you are still relevant now in my older years as you were in my younger years. But sometimes it's not just the people, the immortalization of the character. The characters have lore. It goes with the stories, it goes with the song, and that's all what songs are. It's stories.
Yeah.
And just adding an extra layer. So I commend you for saying, hey, listen, we know we're gonna go, but Dave's gonna stay forever and ever and ever, and everybody can have Dave, and Dave can move on as time moves on. So,
And that's I think that's the most important thing, is that is like you said, not only does obviously we evolve as people anyway, but music has to evolve. Obviously, you look at back at the 80s and 90s, the way the music was going, the way it went, the way that the old bands had to adapt and evolve their music, and the image had to change. So Eddie went from, you know, this free loving badass zombie that could do anything to he had a bit more of a serious face throughout the 90s, and then into the noughties he became more of a legendary figure. Right, he was already legendary, but he became more of a god, more than a timeless piece. And I'd like to think that Derek would ultimately do the same. I don't know where the band's going to be in 10, 15, 20 years time, but I'd like to think that as we evolved as people, as the music evolved, as it hopefully should, hopefully Derek will evolve with us.
It's Derek. I said Dave. I'm sorry. I meant Derek.
Everybody makes those mistakes. We're not well known enough for people to go, Derek Demon, I know him. Look, he's on me arm.
No,
You
but
know,
Derek
we're not there
Demon
yet.
sounds so much better than Dave Demon. Like, no, it's Derek. It's his name. He is Derek Demon.
You do have a
Love
valid point there. Dave the Demon doesn't sound great.
It's not as hard hitting.
It's
not as
They
hardcore.
don't carry the
Derek.
punch like Derek the Demon. Or Derek Demon.
His official name is Derek R. Demon.
What's the R mean?
We can't tell you because he will kill
Oh,
us.
okay.
He,
Hi, Mary Beth.
Evening. Is it evening for you guys now?
Yep.
It's
Kind of?
night here. Good night. It is.
It's
But yes,
about
it's we don't know. We just put it in. It sounded posh. We wanted a posh demon, so it's Derek R. Demon. I like to think it's ramunculus, but Chris won't let me have it. You know, he just says no. It's because we're from Yorkshire. It's the
Yes, we are, Mary Beth. Yes, we are. Well, Mark, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for spending this hour with us hanging out. Getting to know you, getting to know the band, and having a few laughs here in between.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's been a pleasure. Absolutely. As soon as we are looking at coming out to the US, we will head your guys' way. Absolutely, and it'll be we will hit you up and get some dates sorted.
Thank you.
This is your opportunity as well. Have you got anything like any upcoming shows you'd like to give a shout out to? This is your opportunity to do that as well.
Okay, so the day after the release, we're actually doing a EP launch party in Worksop at the Dukeries Brewery Tap on the 7th of October. That is with some good friends of ours, Abattoir, the Witchfind band that I mentioned earlier, and another new Wobben band set up in '83, one called Medusa Touch. Apart from that, we're actually playing with, and I forget this every time I do an interview. I'll go, yep, I think that's about it, and then it'll go in the back of my head. It'll go, well, hang on a minute, dickhead, there's this one. So we're actually supporting Wolfsbane in Sheffield. And,
nice.
See, I knew you'd hear that one. Yeah, see, yeah, I knew there'd be a name there eventually. You go, oh wow, well, that's good. Oh.
There.
I did that the first time we got told we could support him. It was like, sorry, Blaze Bailey? No, he won't let us play. He did, and he's a great guy. It's I know it's he's he's amazing. He's so humble as well. He is
a good guy. I've heard nothing but positive things about him.
Yeah, and I was shocked to hear about the heart attack and then obviously the bypass that he ended up having. But I'm glad to hear that he's back in recovery, and obviously the tour's back on, and can't wait to see him in December. And
he looks a little bit better in health. He looks a lot better health wise.
He does, yeah. He does seem to have lost quite a fair bit of weight, and
yeah.
But I don't think I don't think he'd recommend that to everybody. You know, if you want to lose 30-40 pounds, have a heart attack, well, I think the Sexy Cougar advert and hitting your kids was enough. I don't think you can start recommending the heart attack bit to everybody. I don't think I'm not sure.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, don't try it at home. No.
Well, we'd love to have you back on the show again sometime here in the near future, Mark. We wish you much success for Dead Demons. Congratulations on your new EP, and thank you once again for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you very much. Fun. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, and hope to see you again.
We're going to end tonight's show with one last song from the band. This is their lyric video, Another Space and Time. So you guys, be sure to tune in this Wednesday for another Talking with Heathens with myself and Papa Olafson. And then next Saturday we have on the show Talking with Demons, the band called Blame the Mono. So you guys be sure to check us out next weekend as well. Be sure to follow this band, Dead Demons, right here on Facebook. Just punch it up into the little keyword bar and just put Dead Demons and go to the page, like, show them some support. Go to the YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to it, like some videos, show some love there as well. Until next Wednesday, guys, be safe, be well, take care of your guys and self, and have a good night.
Be safe. Love you all.
Bless you all.
I don't fucking like you.
What?
I said I don't fucking like you.
You don't like me?
No.
Look. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Gyalvatir Workshop is dedicated to the old ways, offering a wide selection of animist ritual supplies, divination tools, altar goods, and home decor, including premium reindeer hides imported from traditional herders in northern Finland. Whether you're just starting your spiritual journey or looking to expand your collection with a custom drum, we have everything you need. Visit our online store at Gyalvatir.com and discover the beauty of mountain spirit.
What's up, everybody? This is Corey from the band Carbon Stone, and you are watching Inner Demon Media. Rock on.